I cannot believe the price of these headphones. You know how we see these mega value brands pop up with super cheap technology, but with out of this world quality, which makes them the best value on the market. But then over the course of maybe a year, maybe 2 years, the brand in question starts to get a bit big for their boots and increases their prices to the same level as major competitors. Now, I won't name Amazfit by name to avoid pointing the finger, of course, but there's been quite a few brands over the years that have done this. But what this does is leave a gap in the market for that truly phenomenal value but with excellent quality. And I think that Baseus is quite quickly filling that gap. Now, a few weeks back I featured the Baseus N1 camera system, which I couldn't believe was just £159 at the time of that review. I mentioned then that the features were just as good as competitors that were 2, maybe 3 times more expensive. But it's not just security cameras that they do a huge number of peripheral technology. But one thing I absolutely needed to check out were some Baseus headphones, which coincidentally the team over at Aliexpress have sent out for me and sponsored this episode. So a huge thanks to the guys over at Aliexpress, who I'll come back to in a little while. But for now, I want to take you to last week when I tried these for the first time so that you can get a feel for my first natural reactions unboxing these headphones. The postman has just dropped these off. These are the Baseus 30 Max headphones with body shaking bass. If my body doesn't shake with the bass, I'll be disappointed. So let's get these open. These have obviously been sent by AliExpress, so thank you very much. I've been meaning to check these out. In the box we've got charging cable, auxiliary cable, a couple of little stickers, instructions. That's pretty much it. But these are the white ones. Not normally a colour that I'd go for, but actually they look all right. They're not too bad. Oh, do you know what? These are actually quite a nice design. I like the fact they've kind of got a little silvered chrome arm here that holds on the ear cups, which feel nice and big. They're articulated and they've kind of got a nice snap mechanism as well, so that they're solid and then snap into a folded position. That's nice. That snap is very nice because it means that it's stable. I know a lot of headphones don't have that and they're just flopping around all over the place. So the fact that that snaps into place, very good, very nice. Buttons are physical and tactile on the side, USB-C on the bottom, auxiliary, and ooh, an on-off switch. That's a bit different. Normally it'd just be a button. It's actually a switch. Ah, okay, okay. Right, let's get these on and have a listen though.
There's coldness there, there's karma. There's heat, there's flames, there's lava. Volcanic, what can we do? It gets manic. I know what I'd rather. When I pick up the mic,
not bad.
Power. When I pick up the mic, got powers. When I pick up the mic, it's power. When I pick up the mic, got powers.
Very respectable indeed.
Pick up the mic, got powers.
Well, initial impressions are that there isn't body shaking bass. I'm not flopping all over the floor, but they're actually not bad at all. God, that sun keeps on coming out, it's so bright. I think they're pretty respectable, but how much are they? Now, obviously AliExpress has sent these, so I will check on their website now and have a quick peek. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. That's not what I expected. These are way cheaper than I thought they'd be. Are they worth that price? No. Well, I never. Now seriously, when I looked at the price, I genuinely couldn't believe it. So let's take a look. On Aliexpress.com, the RRP is £39.17, which in itself I couldn't quite believe because the quality deserved a price higher than £40 in my opinion. If I was to pick a number, I'd have assumed these were around £60 to £80 easily. But when I checked, it was down to just £10.54, which is comical. This is like going back to the very first days of STU'S reviews where I used to review fitness trackers that were under a tenner. But I couldn't quite believe that you could get these for just £10 because the quality of them makes them worth so much more in my opinion. And this is going back to what I said earlier about Baseus. These guys are the new gold standard for super low prices but quality far exceeding that value. Just taking a look at other Baseus tech in the AliExpress store, you can quite clearly see that. There's even earphones for $3.99 for crying out loud. That's cheaper than almost everything in the shop at the moment, actually, to be honest. It's cheaper than eggs or bread. Now, you could purchase them from elsewhere, but from my own experience of AliExpress, it tends to be a much cheaper place than ordering from places like eBay and Amazon, and that's because quite often you're ordering directly at the source rather than a third-party shopping platform. So, if you see something that you like from a brand like Baseus, then always check AliExpress first to see if it's cheaper on there. And I'll drop a link below so that you can check out AliExpress for yourselves, along with a link to these headphones. But let's get back to these. I genuinely was astounded by the price and the quality of them at this price. I think they're built nice, they look nice, they feel nice. Certainly not what I expected for a pair of headphones that you can potentially pick up for a tenner. 10 of the king's pounds. I'm still bewildered. The thing is, I'd even go as far as saying there's some bits of the design that I think I prefer over headphones that are 10 times the price. Things like the snapping mechanism for the structure that I mentioned earlier, that feels really, really nice and creates a really solid, good firm shape for the headphones when they're unfolded. And I also like the on-off button. I like how this is a tactile switch rather than a button. It means there's much less likelihood of accidentally turning them on in my bag and wasting the battery, which by the way on these has 50 hours of battery life, although this would be the absolute optimum and when not using them at full volume. But as for the ear cups, they feel soft and durable, made from some pleather-like material, and give you that kind of passive noise cancellation by creating a really good solid seal around my ear. The chrome accents are nice as well, such as on the ends of the arms, and it makes them seem a lot more premium than the price would have you believe. The thing is, the spec of these too is nothing to turn your nose up at. With Bluetooth 5.3, it's a really stable connection with low latency. But as for the sound quality from its 40mm drivers, it's so good for the price. Look, I mean, at £10, even at £40 of its AliExpress RRP, don't expect these to be the best headphones that you've ever tried. They're missing things like active noise cancellation for one thing, which with a 6-month-old child I couldn't live without. But I'm so genuinely shocked that the sound is this clean, is this even, and the bass is as good as it is. Even if I'm not having convulsions on the floor like the box might have you believe. As for the microphone quality, I don't think it's too bad. It's respectable. It's certainly usable. It only comes through the right ear cup, however, because it's not got two microphones on both ear cups. So that's a consideration. But again, for the price, I think it's pretty good. But my thoughts, after putting these through their paces with different styles of audio over the past week, I could not be more surprised. If you're looking for a pair of inexpensive headphones but want something with great build quality, respectable sound, then I'd almost say that I've tried nothing as cheap as these that I'd be happy with. So are these the best budget over-ear headphones of 2024? I think there's a very high possibility of that. Baseus have, for the second time, surprised me with their quality at such a low price point, and the expectations they set with the N1 security system was very easily met with the 30 Max headphones. I'm just wondering if they can pull a hat trick out of the bag here and impress me for a third time with something else they do. What do you think? I know you can't hear them, but at that price, do you think you'd take a punt on them? And if you do end up snagging a pair for that price, I would love to hear your thoughts on them, so do come back here to the comments and tell me what you think so we can all have a good chin wag over it. And remember guys to check them out at AliExpress. A huge thanks to those guys for sponsoring today's episode. I've been using AliExpress for years to buy cheap tech at the source, so it's great to finally partner with them. Just as a slight disclaimer, there is occasional import tax if you're buying from abroad. But other than that guys, thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you back for another episode of STU'S Reviews soon.